This is Newcap News with Nicole Stilger.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. A Saskatoon man is dead after an accident involving a motorcycle in Lloydminster Monday afternoon. RCMP responded to a collision at the intersection of Highway 16 and College Drive, where a motorcycle collided with a half-ton pickup truck. The driver of the motorcycle succumbed to his injuries. One of the 3 passengers in the truck was treated for minor injuries from the collision. Police are still investigating the cause of the crash. The name of the deceased will not be released. And emergency crews in Bonnyville responded to a blaze at a business on Main Street this morning. This was the scene at the Sun Life Financial Building on 50th Avenue at around 10 a.m. It's believed the fire started in a bedroom from the attached residential building. Though emergency crews arrived quickly, the age and design of the building meant crews had to allow part of the roof to burn off before they could attack the flames directly. 2 people from that residence and all employees were evacuated safely. The cause of the fire is still unknown. And Lloydminster fire crews responded to a call regarding a spill at a Southside gas station earlier today. Just after 11 o'clock this morning, fire crews arrived on scene at the Co-op gas bar on 50th Ave and 18th Street after reports of a truck leaking fuel into the sewer and on the road.
Upon arrival, the Co-op had already engaged its emergency response plans. As a precaution, fire department attended just to shut down the scene and make sure that there was no issues to the public.
The spill posed no danger to the public or the environment. The Co-op was reopened a short time later. Craft beer has been growing in popularity, and here in Lloydminster we can find a local brewer in our own backyard. Brittany Matika explores what flavors you can expect in the different brews.
I'm here at 4th Meridian Brewing Company with Edward James, who is the brewmaster who created these beers. Can you tell me a little bit about what we have here for some samples today?
So what we have here, our first one is our blonde ale, which is a very light, sweet ale, not a lot of bitterness, a very easy drinking beer. The second one that we have is our IPA, which is a little bit more bitter, higher in alcohol. It's an old school traditional English style IPA. The third one is our amber ale, which is very much characteristic of a Pacific Northwest American style amber ale. And the fourth one is our porter, so it's lots of dark roasted malt flavors, lots of molasses, rich, deep flavors in that one.
So now if I am the average person who doesn't drink a lot of beer and I come in here for a tasting, which one are you going to recommend to me?
Well, it would depend on what your palate is. What do you like? If it's somebody who's interested in red wine, I'd recommend the porter. If they like roasted meats, barbecue, that sort of thing, the porter. If they like light, sweet, more brighter, lighter flavors, I'd suggest the blonde. And if you like a little bit of bitterness, higher in alcohol, and you don't mind that side of the beer, go for the IPA, go for the red. They're a little bit more robust beers.
And what about on a hot summer day? I mean, it's pretty warm in August. Which one is going to quench my thirst?
Definitely the blonde will quench your thirst, but for me, I would drink any of them.
Thank you so much for that tour, Edward. That was amazing. And now I think we all know a little bit more about beer.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Brittany Matika, Newcap News.
The CPCA finals are next week, and to kick off the festivities, there's an alumni gala to commemorate the history of the finals here in Lloydminster. The gala is bringing together drivers, judges, riders, and fans to celebrate the memories of the past 25 years.
It's going to turn out to be a very good night. We're going to have a video, we have a live auction, we have a silent auction, we're going to have a great prime rib supper.
Following the Tuesday evening gala are 5 days of chuck wagon action, including a cabaret where a local talent will be providing the entertainment.
This year we're very fortunate to be featuring our local talent, Brett Kissel. That is going to be a tremendous cabaret and concert. We have Just the Boys going to open and close for them.
The festivities will run from the 16th to the 20th. And we have 2 adorable animals up for adoption in this week's pet project. Rice Krispie is a cuddly cat, and Dublin is an energetic pup looking for his forever home. Here's John from the SPCA.
Rice Krispie arrived at the SPCA in mid-June with a litter of 3 kittens in tow. For the past 2 months, she has raised them until they were old enough to be placed for adoption. Now it's Rice Krispie's turn to find her forever home. Rice Krispie is a quiet and sweet girl who will melt your heart the minute you look into her gentle amber eyes. After raising a litter of kittens, she is now perfectly content just to curl up on your lap and get some much needed rest and relaxation. If you're looking for a wonderful cat to warm your heart, then you just have to meet Rice Krispie. Stop by the SPCA and say hi to her today. This very lad is Dublin. Dublin is one happy-go-lucky boy that is full of energy. He enjoys nothing more than being outside running and playing. His energy seems endless. Dublin can be a little unsure of new people at first, particularly men. But once he gets to know you, his personality really starts to shine. Dublin is a little selective of his canine companions too. Therefore, if you have another dog, we recommend they meet him first before you decide to add him to your family. Dublin is a very intelligent dog that is eager to learn, and with a little bit of patience, there's no limit to what you can teach him. We know that Dublin will make a great canine companion for the lucky person who adopts him. So don't delay, visit the SPCA and meet Dublin today.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, Sunday's Women's U18 National Championship final between the 1999 and 2000 White Rock Renegades provided a bit of everything. Great pitching, clutch hitting, emotion, and drama. Fans were given an early glimpse of the final a day earlier when the 99 squad beat the 2000 girls 5-2. But could the younger Renegades get the upper hand when it really mattered? Lance Phillips found out.
An incredible week of softball finished with an equally great national championship final between the 1999 and 2000 White Rock Renegades, with the older girls earning a 4-1 win over their younger counterparts. Arguably, the best part of the game came from performances on the mound, with both pitchers rolling through the opposition's batting order, ending the game in under 2 hours.
I felt really happy with my performance. I think I did pretty well. It was super stressful, like every final obviously is. Like, they don't mean any less.
There's a couple of times during the game where she started missing her spots a little bit, but then she dialed it right back in, and she did a great job for her. She hit every spot we asked because we know the team very well, so we know exactly where to pitch them.
She did so great. I mean, she held them to 1 run, which is amazing.
I thought I actually did a really good job. They hit the ball well, and we know that, so I just tried to do my best, try to get as many strikeouts as I could, try to get ground balls, fly balls for our team, and it just didn't go our way today.
The elder White Rock squad held a 1-0 lead until the 5th, when the story of how the 1999 Renegades became national champions quickly presented itself.
One error, it came down to one mistake, and you know what? In a championship game, the team that executes comes out on top. So the right team won today, I think, and next year will be better.
It just was one little mistake on their side, and then we capitalized and we scored those 3 runs in that 1 inning, and that's the difference in the ball game.
National championship on-field celebrations aren't anything new for the 99 Renegades. It was just 1 year ago that they watched their opponents celebrate a national championship win in 2016. It makes Sunday's win that much sweeter, but it also gives them the knowledge of exactly what the 2000 Renegades are going through.
When you walk away, you know, a year ago, losing that final, it's a bad taste in your mouth, no matter what age you are. And it was our focus from that point on. All the kids returned, and we just started working as soon as we got back, and it's been a year later, and here we are.
I mean, it just made us want to come back with a vengeance, and after losing provincials, we just wanted it more, and it's so great.
It's very familiar, and that's why I think it's hard for us to realize how big of a moment it is. And when we see them win, we know we want it next year. That's what we're going to strive for.
And an extra year may be all that's required. Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.
Well, imagine walking through your grass and stepping into a gopher hole you didn't know existed. Maddening. It's the same feeling golfers have when a putt is ruined from a hole in the green. On this week's Tips from the Green, Lance Phillips and Ryan Vaughn discuss how to fix those holes and not the rodents.
Ryan, another gorgeous day here. And is this what it's like here all year round?
It's, yeah, it's awesome out here.
All right, there's nothing to me that's more infuriating than when I'm having a great game and I line up this putt and it hops on its way to the hole because it hit a divot in the green that somebody hasn't repaired.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I keep my comments under my breath.
Fair enough. Well, listen, again, another kind of a lost start, because a lot of people do this differently, and I see a lot of people that uproot they stick their divot repair and they push stuff up, and that creates pockets of air underneath. What is the correct way to repair a ball mark on the green? And we're going to use this one right here as an example.
Yeah, you bet. So you've hit your approach shot in here. You have landed successfully on the green. The ball has bounced forward about 2-3 feet, and now this is not in your way, but it could possibly be in somebody else's way. And also, when you're fixing the green, you are truly helping our superintendents and our green staff.
Exactly.
And making their job a little easier throughout the day, right?
When you're playing a really gorgeous course like this, you want to keep it that way for other players that are coming along.
Absolutely, you want to do your part in the maintenance aspect, and a quick divot fix takes you 20 seconds.
And when we had talked in one of our previous episodes about what's in the bag, of course you have the divot tool that should always be in the bag.
We have the divot tool, absolutely. A lot of players don't have this in the bag. They use a T quite frequently. My suggestion is to buy a cheap one. This is a $2 one we sell in our pro shop. And it has the double tongs on it, so it properly brings the grass back up.
Well, let's take a look at this one that we have here and see if we can get it fixed up a little bit nicer.
You betcha. So all we really do is we see the indentation, and we're just going to bring that back to the level of the surface. And what you do is you get in, you lift up from underneath and bring it up like so, and kind of go all the way around, okay? Just kind of twist it a little bit there. And then all we're going to do is just tap it down with our putter, okay? So now that ground is level again, and what we can do, it can grow to be healthy again.
And that essentially creates a better green surface for the next guy that comes along.
Absolutely, and if you leave a divot for so long, you can see here just to the right of you, Lance, this divot wasn't done properly,
right?
And it's left a little bit of a brown mark there.
Yeah.
Right, so that will come back over time, but if you get a lot of those, our superintendent, his job is just a little more stressful.
And I guess if you can alleviate stress on anyone, that's a good thing to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
And this will make me less infuriated on the greens, and my head won't explode when I hit a putt and hit that little divot.
You'll make that 10-footer every time.
Ryan, thanks once again. It's great to be out here at the Cold Lake Golf and Winter Club,
awesome.
And I really appreciate this. Stay tuned next week, more tips from the green with Ryan Bond.